A Song to the Tune of Love by It's_Kingston on AO3. Episode 33. Chapter 8. Yes, Selman, we're back. What's that? Bakugou asked when he noticed Midoriya looking down at his phone. A phone? I meant, why do you look worried? He said, more sociable now that he's had free dinner. Ochako and Toga went outside. They're taking a walk. Don't know when they'll be back. Midoriya typed something up. I'm not worried, just a little nervous for them. Most of the table heard him listening in various degrees of care. I came here because Raccoon Eyes told me there was a proposal happening. I was here for a fucking support and celebration because I'm a great friend, and they take it out on the fucking side? Bakugou threw his hands up. Well, now everyone was watching. Midoriya laughed. You came here to celebrate? Yeah. He grumbled, flopping back to his chair. Glad I got dinner at least. Huh? Spinner said. Guess Toga was right. Uraraka's popping the question. Well, there was always a possibility we were wrong, Kirigiri admitted. Midoriya furrowed his brow. Ochako told me she thought Toga was going to ask her. Wait, Dabi said. There was a smile creeping across his face. They're both waiting for the other to ask. Neither of them planned it. He busted out laughing. I told her. Oh, man. Ashido laughed lightly. So, who's pooling money on this? $20 says they're out for another hour waiting. Dabi says. He tossed the cash down onto the table. 20 on the bloodsucker getting impatient and saying yes before Ochako even asks. Bakugou says. He puts his bill on top of Dabi's. Midoriya slides a $20 bill into the pile. I think they'll realize it pretty quickly. 20 minutes top. Wow, Ashido said. Dad's favorite problem child is gambling? Don't tell Aizawa-sensei, unless I win. He'll never let me live it down. Midoriya complained. So, what did you want to talk about? Uraraka asked as they walked down the sidewalk. Her hands swung at her side, being caught by Toga's as they went. Because I had something important to say too. I know. Toga grinned at her. Just wait, I've got the perfect spot, okay? Uraraka tried to keep her smile bright. Sure. She really didn't want Toga to pull all this work into something, only to have it ruined when Ochako said no. She wasn't going to change her mind and say yes just so Toga didn't have to have her work wasted. But she was tempted to stop her now and tell her that Uraraka knew she'd asked. But Toga seemed so happy. Would it be crueler to let her keep being happy? Or let her waste her time? Or to break the news now and ruin the night? Toga would be understanding. Uraraka was sure beyond of a shadow of doubt. The former was always never pained about anything, but she'd never pressured Uraraka into anything beyond what they've had, even when it was clear that Toga wanted something more. She always found that patient sweets, and knew it spoke measures about her character. That didn't mean Toga would be all smiles when she learned Uraraka was going to turn her down. And Uraraka knew that she might doubt her own choice if and when Toga got upset. Just as she was empathetic by nature, Toga was expressive all the same. A match made in hell sometimes, especially when Toga was upset, but Uraraka wouldn't have her any other way. Besides, that was the same reason her smile and laughter were so contagious, and that was something Uraraka always loved about her. It might ruin their night, but it won't mess up their relationship, right? If Uraraka was the one proposing, she wouldn't want Toga to let her keep going into the very end, when it was clear what her intentions were. That was it. Uraraka would tell her. Hey, Himiko, Uraraka asked. I don't think it should wait until we're there. Toga giggled. Yeah? She asked. It's serious, so please listen. Her smile evened out some, and she nodded. Yeah, I know, don't worry. They stopped walking, faced each other in empty streets. Uraraka took a deep breath, nervously slicking her hand into her pocket. Toga's gaze flicked down to her hand, and she retained that signature grin when she looked back up at Uraraka. Yes, I'll marry you. I don't want to get married. They looked at each other in silence for a long moment. What? They said in unison. Uraraka laughed uncomfortably. Oh, well, you got my ring size, and it made me think you were going to ask me to marry you, but I'm not ready for that yet. I thought you were going to ask me, Toga admitted. Her voice was low, and tears pricked at the corner of her eyes. Don't cry, Uraraka said softly. She cupped Toga's face in her hands. I don't mean it like that, I get it, Toga said. I heard you. It's just funny, she said, laughing, but the tears rolled down her cheeks nonetheless. Uraraka felt her own eyes watering. You get it? Later, Toga murmured. She raised a hand to wipe at her ears. You said yet. I was just excited about it now. I wanted a fall wedding, and a red veil, and to be with you forever. Uraraka smiled at her fondly. She leaned forward and kissed her briefly. And that it can still happen. I just don't think we should rush into it. We're still 19, and neither of us have anything figured out. Toga nodded. I know. Doesn't mean I didn't want it any less, though. I understand, Uraraka said. She felt the smile make its way onto her face. What's so funny? Toga asked. She watched Uraraka reach her hand into her pocket. What's the... She stopped talking as she looked at Uraraka. Are you messing with me? She sniffled. No, I'm not. It's not an engagement ring or anything, Uraraka said. She popped open the lid and offered it to Toga. 2 rings were crafted inside, leaning against each other, both silver and gleaming in the light of the street lamps. Just a promise ring, and I thought you'd like it. I was... Uraraka took a breath. I was serious when I said that I really wanted to get married to you one day. I just don't know when that will be, but I thought that maybe you'd want a reminder of that. Toga looked at Uraraka like she hung the full moon that soared above them. Really? Really, Uraraka said. She removed one of the rings from the box and looked hopefully at Toga. The latter gave a wavery laugh and held her left hand out. This isn't a wedding ring. It doesn't need to be worn like one. Too bad, Toga declared. I'm wearing it like one. Uraraka laughed. Okay, she said. She slid the ring onto Toga's finger and smiled at her. My turn, Toga said. She grabbed the other ring from the box in one hand and accepted Uraraka's hand in her free one, the left hand, just as Toga had chosen. Aw, you want a match? Of course, Uraraka said. Her cheeks hurt from smiling so much. It'll be cute. Toga didn't waste another moment before sliding the ring onto her hand. I'm glad you remembered both our ring sizes. They had a filler there, but yeah, I can't exactly take you up there without you finding out, Uraraka said. She held her hand up and looked at the ring in the dim moonlight. Clouds mostly covered it now, reassuring it in a not-so-effective viewing experience. Oh well, the light of her life was beside her anyways. I remember Jin's too. I could have gotten him one to match. She laughed. Toga made an annoyed humph sound, and all but tackled Uraraka in a hug. No way, she said. Why not? Uraraka teased. One for every member of the league? We could all match. Toga didn't answer. I'm kidding, Uraraka said. She planted a kiss on Toga's cheek. You better be, Toga said. She was smiling, but her voice held a healthy portion of seriousness. I am, Uraraka said. You know you're my one and only. Toga grinned at that and kissed her softly. They stayed like that for a while, until a car passed and the headlights shook them out of their daze. So, Uraraka began. Where would you taking us? The park! Toga exclaimed, suddenly remembered. We can still go if you want. You wanted us to walk the entire half hour to the park in that tension? Uraraka laughed in disbelief. It would have been fun, Toga said. And we could go sit on the bench again. Uraraka was really going to pull something with how much she found herself smiling tonight. If you want, we could go. I should probably tell everyone that we aren't coming back then. Toga said. They're pre-engaged now, Midoriya said blankly. Who wins? Sooo blinked. You're going to ask that before even telling her congrats? Oh, his face turned red. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was more worried about not losing. He murmured, quickly typing something back. Okay, I told them. What's pre-engaged supposed to mean? Dabi asked. You mean like promise rings? Ashido asked. Yeah. Midoriya turned the phone around, showing the picture of them wearing the rings. Oh, that's adorable! Kaminari laughed. Twice leaned over the table. I guess no one wins. Or we all win? No way! Bakugou yelled, slamming his hand down. We'll figure it out. Before they started walking again, Toga had shifted over to Uraraka's left side. The latter didn't ask why, just went with it. However, she did ask when Toga turned around and began walking backwards, still holding her hand. Himi? Yeah? What are you doing? Uraraka asked. Holding your hand and walking backwards. Uraraka smiled. She wasn't wrong. Yeah, but why? Toga shifted her hand some, then tapped her finger against Uraraka's. The sound of the ring knocking into each other filled the air. They came in the same box, so they should stay together, like us. Uraraka couldn't help the amused expression that ran across her face. She pulled Toga into a quick hug-kiss combo before murmuring, I love you so much. Toga grinned at her. I love you too, a whole amount. We're done! No! I don't want that. Come back. Come back. Also, I think I decided on which one I was going to do on your series specifically. Go to the top. I'm going to ask you right now. It's Kingston. Then we're going to go to Works. Then we're going to go to Owl House. Then we're going to go down 30 days. I'm going to go to your comments. Hi. Hello. I think you know what I'm about to ask. Smiley face. Ooh, maybe I could ask you on your opinions on the thumbnail. Any idea on what the can I spell thumb? Thumbnail should look like? Question mark? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark? Also, I cannot wait to podfic this. Smiley face. Alright. Comment. I should probably, actually comment, but, the actual thing that I normally, always do. But it's Kingston, so I don't need to. Normally, I do the copy-paste one because, in case I wanted to ask an author, and I always go to the first chapter. It's always the first chapter. And if I go to send it, and it says that I've already sent a message similar to that, hey, you've already sent this message before, I'm like, okay, shit, I've already asked this person. So I don't ask the person again, right? But this is Kingston, so I don't need to do that. I don't know why I didn't think about it when I asked for this one, right? So I was like, shit, why? You know? It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, blank by it's / Kingston. I wonder if I've asked before. I would know. It's Kingston. I know Kingston. But Yeah, we're gonna do a Lumity one next. That's gonna be really interesting. It's gonna be actually really, really interesting. Lumity? Lumity? Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's gonna be interesting. Okay, I've recorded all the videos for today, and I actually might record some extra videos just to get ahead on schedule and stuff, but I'm not 100% sure. Currently, a video that is an hour long is currently posting right now, Fanfic Club, and it is taking forever to post. It is at 54%. I haven't posted anything else today because I've been waiting for that one. So this video isn't even going to be posted onto YouTube today. It's going to be probably posted tomorrow because it's at 54. And I started posting that video, the Fanfic Club video, 5 hours ago. So it goes 10% an hour. So I have at least 5 more hours before that goes on, right? So it's probably, you guys, I'm not going to put this until tomorrow, which was not going to affect you guys because tomorrow for me is like 5 days ago for you guys, you know, so it's not gonna affect you guys. Anyways, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.